Jamal Simmons, this guy, okay, he is Kamala Harris's former communications director. And now he's saying Biden should step down and let Harris finish his term. But it started with this tweet. Joe Biden has been amazing, but he should fulfill one last promise to be transitional. Biden should resign and make Kamala Harris the first woman president.
No. What woman wants Kamala Harris to be the first woman? Okay, how about we have Tulsi Gabbard as the first woman?
That'd be a good one.
Someone who's an actual, intelligent, badass, veteran patriot of this country. How about that? No, let's take away that opportunity that is potentially coming down the road and give it to this person who's never done a thing, never got a vote to even be in the position that she's in. You know, that's really great for women. Let's celebrate women with that. How would you women who listen to the show feel about that? Would you rather her be given some sort of participation trophy, or would you rather wait a little bit and have it be someone who is completely exceptional and deserving of the position?
Yeah. Undeniable.
Yes. What is up, guys? It's Andy Frisella, and this is the show for the realists. Say goodbye to the lies, the fakeness, and delusions of modern society, and welcome to motherfucking reality. Guys, today we have Andy and DJ
Cruise the motherfucking internet.
That's what we're going to do. That's what CTI stands for. It stands for Cruise the Internet. We're going to put topics of the day up on the screen. We're going to speculate on what's true and what's not true, and then we're going to talk about how we, the people, got to solve these problems going on in the world. Other times throughout the week, we have shows within the show. Sometimes we're going to have real talk. It's 5 to 20 minutes of me giving you some real talk. Sometimes we're going to have Q&AF. That's where you submit questions and we give you the answers. Sometimes we're going to have 75 hard verses. 75 hard verses is where someone who comes on the show who has completed the 75 hard program, used it to transform their life. They talk about how they were before, how they were after, and then how you can do the same thing using the 75 hard program. If you're unfamiliar with the 75 Hard program, it is the initial phase of the Live Hard program, which is the world's most popular mental transformation program ever. It's available for free at episode 208 on the audio feed only. Again, that's on the audio feed only, episode 208. There is a book at andyfrisella.com that you could buy called The Book on Mental Toughness. It outlines the entire program, much more detailed than the podcast, has a whole bunch of other chapters on mental toughness, why it's important, how you can implement it in your life, and what kind of difference that's going to make for you. So you can get that book, The Book on Mental Toughness, at andyfrisella.com. For those of you that follow the show, I just want to let you know I'm aware that we didn't have Q&AF yesterday. I told you last week we're going to launch MFCEO project again, and most of the personal development content is going to go on that. We're looking to launch that here at the beginning of next month. So keep an eye out for that. If you want to know when that's going to launch, you got to get on my email list, okay? So go to andyfrisella.com, subscribe to the email list for Andygram, which is my daily blog. You won't be disappointed in that. We send out an email every single day, and then we'll notify you through there, okay? So the MSCEO project is coming back. That's where the personal development content is going to be for the most part. You know, we're still going to hit it on here. Really, the reason we didn't do it yesterday was my voice is still fucked up. So anyway, yeah, pay the fee. Mm-hmm. What's the fee? Show to show?
Don't be a hoe.
All right.
Yeah. What's going on, man?
Not much, dude.
Yeah.
What's happening with you?
Not much, man. Just got back from good old Arizona.
Yeah?
That was nice.
Was it?
Yeah, it was really nice, actually.
Arizona's nice.
It's cool.
Where'd you guys go? Paradise Valley?
We were in Scottsdale for most of it. Yeah, a buddy of mine's, they had got like an Airbnb. It was his wife's birthday and stuff, and so we out there partying, met some not hoes.
The no-ho zone.
No-ho zone out there in AZ,
Yeah.
man. That was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it was a great time.
It's crazy how many people listen to the fucking podcast.
It like...
I can't... Dude, I don't go anywhere without hearing it.
Of all... I even tried to disguise myself.
How are you going to disguise yourself? What did you disguise yourself as?
Not Suge Knight.
Oh, that's... Yeah. Is that why your beard's all picked out?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sugar Night.
All right.
Diabetes Night. Oh, fuck.
All right. I tried to disguise myself. I wore my glasses.
Yeah.
My readers.
Yeah. I need them now. Bro, I'm really legitimately like losing
your sight?
Close vision.
Mm-hmm. How many fingers am I holding up?
One. Like usual.
But no, dude, it was cool, man. It was cool, but it's good to be back. Yeah, AZ was awesome. It was cool. One thing I like too about Arizona, man, is like even just the design of the infrastructure there. Like the highways, they got fucking designs and logos and shit on them. Like ours is just fucking traffic cones everywhere.
Well, that's what happens when they send all of our money overseas and tell us it's good for us. Your cities look like shit. So hopefully we can get that fixed.
It's true, man. Yeah, no, it was cool, man. It's Veteran Day while we're recording this, so happy Veterans Day to all of our vets out there. We know there's a lot of them that listen. We appreciate you guys. But yeah, we got a hell of a show, man. Hell of a show to get into. Before we get to our headlines, you guys know I like to bring up something interesting. And I don't know how I feel about this. I would love to get your take. It's kind of fucked up. But Diego Pavia, Vanderbilt's quarterback.
Okay.
We've covered him, I believe, on the show before because he dropped like an F-bomb or something on the interview or whatever.
When they beat Alabama.
Yeah. Dude's awesome.
I think that's okay.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I don't have a problem with it. He did nothing wrong in this situation. I mean, in this situation.
Bro, Vanderbilt's tough this year, bro.
They are tough.
You're not fucking around with Vanderbilt.
No, man, and they've gotten a lot more eyes on them. And
so what do you do?
It's not really what he did. Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Pavia's smoke show mom sends fans into frenzy after being spotted in stands.
Antoinette Padilla.
Yeah, she took the game.
Well, let's go ahead and check her out. I mean, let's just get to the point.
Yeah, man, the quarterback on Vanderbilt University's football team, Diego Pavia, is making headlines. But it's his mom, Antoinette Padilla, that's really stealing the show. On Saturday, the star moms took to the stands to watch her son play football against the University of South Carolina at First Bank Stadium in Nashville, where she went viral on social media for her stunning looks. Padilla, who was dressed in an oversized Vanderbilt jersey and matching lanyard, turned heads as her honey brown highlighted hair cascaded down her back.
This fucker writing this, bro. He's been beating his meat to this lady.
That's 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
Damn near.
This guy writing about her, bro. He's been thinking about this.
He's like wiping the drool as he's typing. She even stuck a V sticker for Vanderbilt on her cheek to complete the spirited look in support of her son. And while her 23-year-old son may have led the team to his historical upset against Alabama earlier this season, fans on Twitter were equally as captivated by his mom's appearance in the stands this past weekend. So here is what everybody went crazy about. Here she is. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I mean, the way they were talking about it, she's pretty for sure.
No, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not. Yeah, she's beautiful. But the crowd went crazy on this. Apparently,
really?
Yeah. I mean, only thing I'm gonna say about Vandy is Diego Pavia mom fine as fuck.
I think they're just trying to fuck with this dude.
You think so?
Yeah.
A little distracted.
I mean, she's real pretty, but
yeah, she is. Somebody else said, "What I learned today: our defense will continue to feast. Diego Pavia has a very hot mom."
That's hilarious.
Other person said, "Can confirm, mom is a smoke show."
Oh, look at this.
Diego Pavia's mom, hashtag yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, dude's a stud.
Yeah.
His dad looks scary. I don't know if I would, I'd be careful.
I'd be worried about she looks like a cutter, bro. Yeah. I'm going to tell you right now, the boss of that house, the El Padre of that casa is her.
Yeah.
She going to cut you. Say I'm pretty or I'll fucking cut you.
Throw a chancla.
Yeah. She's been whooping ass.
Bro, that's probably why he's so good, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, dude, the son on the left there, he looks a little scared.
Yeah, he does. Damn,
hey, man.
He does.
Power to her. She's doing it.
Yeah, I mean,
she's captivating audiences on national TV.
Apparently, she's never missed one of his games.
Really?
Never missed. That's
cool.
That's nice to get that type of support. Yeah.
Hey, more power to her.
Yep. All right.
I never had a stadium full of people telling me I was hot.
Yeah, man. Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Well, but he's awesome. Dude's a stud.
She's like, I was figuring like Like, what were you picturing?
I was initially picturing like some fucking fucking Victoria's Secret model.
Yeah, she's like hot in a wholesome way.
She's like a nice mom. Like she looks,
Yeah.
Yeah. MILF status.
Of course.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not like, I wouldn't like, yeah. All right, maybe.
Hey, look, dude, listen. So what's topic number 1?
Yeah, I'm sleeping on the couch today.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, guys, let's get into our headlines. We got headline.
You're going to be in your little man cave for the rest of your life.
I mean, I got a refrigerator down there. It's
yeah,
nice.
I know you do. Fuck, bro.
Guys, remember, if you want to see any of these pictures, headlines, articles, links, videos, go to andyfrisella.com. You guys can find them all linked there. With that being said, let's get into our first headline number 1. Let's do a little up-to-date recap on what's happening with President-elect Donald Trump. There's some interesting things, some pretty awesome things, I think. So let's just dive into a little bit of these. The first one we got is President-elect Trump announces push for national concealed carry reciprocity. He's been like rolling out a bunch of these plans that I mean they're pretty fucking sweet. Over the weekend, President-elect Donald Trump announced a push for national concealed carry reciprocity, a move which would make the concealed permit of any one state valid in the other 49. On Sunday, Don Trump Jr. posted to Instagram, quote, "Boom, my father just announced concealed carry reciprocity. The Second Amendment will stay and remain protected." Here's a video of him announcing that. Check this clip out.
7th, I will protect the right of self-defense everywhere it is under siege, and I will sign concealed carry reciprocity. Your Second Amendment does not end at the state line.
Yeah, so I mean, there's that. I think that's pretty fucking cool. But there's been plans for a lot of other stuff too. This is AP, Associated Press pushed this article out. Trump on day 1 begin deportation push, pardon January 6 rioters, and make his criminal cases vanish. And I thought this was kind of interesting because, his criminal cases, they're vanishing not because of Trump, like making them vanish. They're vanishing because the prosecutors are realizing, like, okay, the gag's over. Let us drop out all these fucking cases. And they're saying they bring up this rhetoric again, that Trump's going to be a dictator on day 1, saying that it's his own statements, all of that good stuff. But I want to really kind of focus in on this mass deportation thing real quick. Entered the chat. We got Tom Homan. This guy's awesome. Okay. Now you guys may remember this guy. He had an epic showdown with AOC a couple of years ago. I got the clip here. Let's watch this real quick.
Zero tolerance was interpreted as the policy that separated children from their.
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father
Mr.
from
Holman,
his
with
family.
all due respect, legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
When you're into the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum, you go through the port of entry, do it the legal way. The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear.
Okay. Mr. Chair, the memo is submitted to the record for review. Inspector
Fucking
General
destroyed her.
Costello,
Right. Well, Trump just he just put this man in charge of deportations.
Yeah.
And it's fucking awesome.
Yeah. He seems like a pretty hard dude, and that's what it's going to take to do that.
Bro, listen, he has massive cojones.
Yeah, we've talked about this for a long time. If he's actually going to pull this deportation like he says he's going to, which needs to be done, unfortunately, it's going to not be a pretty thing. It's going to be very hard for people to watch, and even people that are for it are not going to enjoy seeing it. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be nice. It's not going to be friendly. And you have to remember that these people are military-age males. They come from other countries, and a lot of these people that come here alone, they're not here to seek asylum for their families. They're not here to, they're here to take your shit. I mean, I don't know how to say it any other way than that. If they come here with no fucking women, where are they going to get their women to reproduce from? I said this 4 or 5 years ago. Okay, look what happens in Europe. Look at the migrant rapes and the migrant sexual crimes that happen in Europe. And look at the ones that are starting to happen here.
They're starting to tell us about.
And what's interesting is it is the left women like AOC advocating for this when it's actually the thing that's putting her and people that she cares about in danger. That makes no sense. I don't think she understands anything about reality. I don't think she's ever witnessed anything very ugly. I think she's probably had a lot of privilege because she's an attractive female, and she has no fucking idea what these people are actually about. And this guy that she's arguing with on this microphone is actually trying to keep her and people like her safe. Okay, but it's going to be an ugly process. It's not going to be fun to watch, and people are going to have to remember that it is what it is, man.
Yeah, I think there, again, like I'm not in the room when Trump's making these decisions, right? But I would like to assume, if I could guess, the whole reason, because you got to think about it. I mean, he took his transition team private, right? He's not using government agencies to help with that transition team. He's putting people in these positions. That's all closeted on his own dime that he's doing. This was one of the first people he announced and kind of put out there that, hey, this is who's going to be handling this, right? And my belief is that, he put Tom out there first is because we got, 2.5 months before he's actually in office, before these things actually happen. He has to start desensitizing Americans to that reality. Now, this is not going to be pretty.
Yeah.
And it's going to be fucking hard.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? I think it's a perfect play that Trump's doing.
Listen, man, it is not going to be fun to watch, dude.
No.
People think that it's going to be, but there's a level of respect that we have for human beings that, pulls at all of our heartstrings and says, yeah, but dude, remember these people coming across. Remember 6 months ago, we have Venezuelan gang members going on literal TikTok and the internet talking about everybody come here. It's wide open. They don't arrest you, blah, blah, blah. We have gangs taking over literal towns all over the country. Okay, in Colorado, up in Chicago, these little areas of towns, so to speak. And it's a very bad thing. And it takes someone who's hardened like this man to execute what needs to happen. And, unfortunately, these people set it up. These people these communists who have been in power for a long fucking time, not just the last 4 years. They've been in power for 20 years outside of the 4 that Trump was in. And in fact, they were still in power then. Because they wouldn't allow Trump to do anything. So it is what it is, dude. I mean, this is the kind of guy it takes to do that job. And I hope he does it completely.
Yeah, he went on 60 Minutes. This was his take because, people have been trying to push back on him a little bit. Let's check out his reaction on this.
We have seen one estimate that says it would cost $88 billion to deport 1 million people a year.
I don't know if that's accurate or not.
Is that what American taxpayers should expect?
What price do you put on national security? Is that worth it?
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
I fucking love it.
The guy's a realist.
Bro. And not only is he a realist, man, they say he's been getting pushback, and Fox News actually had him on, I believe, yesterday. And they're calling him the new border czar now, Tom Homan. And he had this to say when they asked him, do you care about public opinion? Do you care? And again, this is somebody who I feel like that's what you need in that position, bro. It's like he's not cold hearted. He just cares more about American people. And I think that's important. Let's check this clip out.
I'm really encouraged by what you're saying, because I think the toughest part of your job isn't the deportation. It's dealing with the propaganda from the other side saying that what you're doing is not compassionate, that it's not humanitarian. And what do you plan to do? I'm glad you mentioned the 300,000 children that are missing. But how are you going to deal with those kinds of attacks, even though you know that this open border has led to sex trafficking of children and an exponential increase of child labor, illegal child labor?
Frankly, I don't care what people think about me, especially on the left. Again, when you have a historic crisis, a crisis this big, here's what they need to know. When you have a crisis this big that overwhelms the Border Patrol, where the majority of Border Patrol are no longer on patrol, they're making sandwiches, they're changing diapers, they're making baby formula, they're making hospital runs, they're making airport runs. When you take most of Border Patrol agents off the border to deal with humanitarian crisis, that's when the fentanyl comes across to kill 250,000 Americans. That's when the sex trafficking has increased 600%. That's when non-suspected terrorists has crossed this country. They've had a record of people on terrorist watches that have been arrested at the southern border. That's why you have over 2 million gotaways. How many of them came from a country sponsoring terror? So I don't care what anybody's opinion is on illegal immigration. When you create a crisis this big, all these other bad things happen. That's why you have to secure the border. I don't care if you're a Republican, a Democrat, or independent. Border security is national security. We should all be on the same side of that.
Yeah. Now, people, the left, obviously they've been having the meltdowns. Let's check in with a few of them. I got 2 of them here for you. I love your take on. Let's check out this first lady, who goes by Trans Loving Mama.
Well, it's happening. The family wants to know what I'm doing for the holidays. I'm going to be here with my dogs and my daughter, who is of childbearing age and now has to get an IUD at 17 years old. And I'm going to be here with my son, who is a political target. And that should really tell you all you need to know about why I'm not going to be hanging out with y'all for the holidays. So fuck off. Choke on your turkey. Bye.
First of all, I'm sure they're very upset that you're not showing up at holidays to lecture them and belittle them and talk about shit that you have no idea of anything about and judge everybody for their extremist beliefs. And you lack the awareness to actually look in the mirror and realize that it's fucking you. You're the problem, okay? And your daughter who's 17 that has to get an IUD, maybe you should teach her to close her fucking legs, okay? Secondly, your son, who is a political target. Why is your son a political target?
What's that mean?
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Does that mean he's gay? Does that mean he's trans? What does that mean? Okay, like, as far as I know, I don't see people who are gay getting attacked. This is all fake rhetoric, dude. Mm-hmm. It's all fake shit. And these people bought in to a line of manipulation from the media that has now affected their judgment permanently. And quite honestly, dude, the media should be held responsible for all the brainwashing they've done, but whatever, dude. At the end of the day, like imagine making your Instagram or your TikTok handle Trans Loving Mama. Like you're such a virtue signaler and you want all these people to love you so much that you make it your identity on the internet. Like that's a mental illness in itself. That you have to cater to a certain group of people to get your validation. And then you come on the internet and be like, ugh, so it's happening. Well, you know what? You couldn't have seen that it was coming after you've jammed this shit down everybody's throat. You know what I find interesting, dude? Is all these people that keep talking all this shit about these people that didn't vote for them, that can't even look in the mirror and like say, oh, fuck. Maybe they didn't vote for us because we're crazy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And dude, the one particular demographic that shifted the most, do you know which one it was?
Was it Latinos?
No, it was white men. They moved 30% from Democrat to Republican, which is shocking to me because I couldn't imagine that calling them Nazis and racist and white devils and saying that they're the problem in society for the last 15 years and that they're responsible for things that their quote unquote ancestors did 300 fucking years ago. I can't imagine how that's not an effective strategy to get people to go along with what you think. I mean, I'm shocked. I'm shocked that didn't work. Yeah. And now these people, instead of saying, fuck, we shouldn't have done that because one, it's not true. Two, we're just saying it to try to push an agenda. Instead of just saying like, dude, that was wrong. We shouldn't have done that. Instead, they're doubling down, tripling down and saying, see, we told you. So all this is going to do is shrink them into irrelevance more and more and more. They are a dying culture. They are dead on the vine. They just haven't fallen to the ground yet. And the people like this, these are the people that I've been talking about on the show for years and years and years, dude, that are going to have a legit mental catastrophe trying to come to terms with reality versus what they think reality is, right?
Where they want it to be. Yeah.
What they think it is, because they watch the same things over and over and over and over again. Most of these people don't even know someone that voted Republican. And so now when they find out their dad or their brother or this or that, they're going insane. They feel like everybody was with me. Everybody agrees with me, because these are the people that show up at Thanksgiving and they start lecturing everybody and telling everybody the way it is and standing on their moral high horse. You can't even teach your own daughter not to f around. You're worried about getting her an IUD when she's 17. How about teach her to be selective about who she has sex with? How about teaching her some moral standards? How about not promoting casual sex as the norm for 17-year-old girls?
Right.
How about that?
Right. Where's those conversations?
Yeah,
at?
they're not happening with her.
No.
Because she's a trans-loving mama. I love trans.
We don't talk about that in this house.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me tell you.
Yeah. Weirdo,
Wow.
dude.
Now, I want to check in with another person that's having some issues here. Tammy and Bobby. Tammy and Bobby.
Tammy and Bobby. There's two people? Okay. Okay, so this is one person. Tammy and Bobby. Okay.
Good morning. It is November 7th, Thursday. And got my lipstick on today, so I'm a little bit more together. We're putting this plan together. I cannot live in a country that voted for Trump. I cannot spend another 4 years under that man. And so we have made the decision that we are leaving. We're putting a plan together. Our plan is to go back to Australia. And by back, that is where obviously Tam and our daughter Jordan was from. I'm working on immigration paperwork for spousal visa. I'll probably end up going over on a tourist visa initially because the spousal visa takes a while. I'll probably have to leave at some point and go to like Vietnam or Moorea. And then come back to Australia, waiting for the paperwork to go through. But we're getting quotes on selling the house. We're getting ready. I'm getting quotes on moving boxes to Australia. We're getting quotes on moving our dog and cat to Australia. And we are in the process of selling everything. I'm hoping to be out of here by mid-January. So that's the news. We've buckled up. We've made a decision. We are not spending any more time in America under Donald Trump. There's just no way. And I feel bad and sorry for all the women and all the members of the queer community that are still here, and what life would be like under that person. So take care of yourselves.
Well, bye.
To both of y'all. Tam and Bobby. One person.
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm also aware of how the person talked about we're getting marriage visas, a spousal visa. Then I'm getting all the boxes and I'm shipping my dogs and cats and I'm moving all my shit. And then, by the way, I'm in the process of selling all my shit. Like, which is it? And why are you still here? Both of you. Fucking leave.
Bro.
Leave, dude. What is it about this is about like it's a left thing. They only do this. People on the right don't do this. People in the center don't do this. Why do the left think that they can come on your page or go in your comments or go in your DMs and impose their will onto you and lecture you? Why is that? Okay. These people have done this for so long, and now people are just telling them to eat shit, and they can't figure out why they can't win. It's you. It's the way you guys behave. And by the way, normal people that move, they just move. They don't make a TikTok about it, talking about all the details. No one feels sorry for you, dude. You show up at the ice skating rink or at the mall, and people are scared. They hold their kids tighter because you seem like a pedophile, bro. I'm just being real. Like I don't know, look, I'm not against trans people, but trans people that I don't care. Australia ain't gonna take this motherfucker.
No. Cronky. It was.
This motherfucker's going to show up there. They're going to be like, we think you're lost. You know, we're here, Bobby and Timmy.
Yeah, we're both here. Oh, shit, man.
Bro, why is it that this like fetish thing has made its way into like culture? Like, I got my lipstick on. I'm put together today.
I would love to see a trans person from the left that's actually convincing. You know, like
there's plenty of regular trans people, dude. Like I sent you that video. Didn't I send you that video of that trans drag queen saying, keep your kids away from our clubs.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your kids away from our shit. That's real. That's exactly right.
No, I was saying like I just want one that's in like a good disguise.
Oh, well, you got to go to Thailand for that.
Yeah. Not that I want one, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I would like to see one that's like convincing.
I heard a funny story about a dude trans chick this weekend.
You did?
I did, but I can't say who it is because it's someone who's pretty famous on Twitter, who's a conservative.
Wait, what?
I'm not going to say it, dude, because it was the most absurd thing I've ever seen.
You can't say the story, or you
I can't say the name.
Well, so let's hear the story.
Well, apparently this dude who's a big like big voice for, let's say, the conservative movement.
Okay.
Went to Thailand and trans chick.
Lady boy.
Yes. Not knowing that it was a trans dude.
Uh-huh.
Or whatever. I don't even know which one you are.
Okay.
It's a dude dressed up as a girl.
Lady boy.
Yes. And he didn't know it until they were like naked, and then he just did it anyway.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, man. It's a true story. Apparently.
Lights on?
I don't know, man. I just heard the story and I was definitely like, what the fuck?
Bro, that's commitment. Like you that's a decision. That's not like oh man, that's rough.
I mean,
that's rough. Yeah. Well, yeah. But other people have been worried too.
Yeah, listen. If you want to leave.
Yeah, just go.
You leave. Like if you want to leave, listen, here's the truth. All these people who have been saying Hitler and he's going to put us in this and that and this, and they're still here, they're lying.
You're full of shit.
Yeah, because if you really believe that, you would leave.
You would have been gone.
Yeah.
Been gone. November 6th, you would have been out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're liars, bro.
Well, other people who are freaking out, I want to bring this up here quickly too. Apparently, this headline from Fox News: federal employees feeling dread, experiencing PTSD over Trump return to the White House, per report. So federal employees who lived through the first Trump administration say they are experiencing PTSD over the president-elect's return to the White House, according to a new report. During an appearance on CNN News Central, national correspondent Renee Marsh said federal employees are, quote, scared and anxious about the possibility Trump will conduct mass firings early into his second term. Quote, we are in a dystopian hellscape. That is from a federal employee via text message last night, and that is the mindset of many of the 2 million federal workers anticipating Donald Trump's return to office, Marsh said. Trump on the campaign trail said he would reinstate Schedule F, a 2020 executive order that would make tens of thousands of federal workers at-will employees and thus easier to remove. So even they are freaking out. I think it's great. Bring in Tom Holman.
Is that him?
That's him. That's OG Tom.
Holy shit, dude. That's hilarious. That guy looks like a real American, bro.
Yeah, I mean, bro, you don't really get any more American than that. Maybe Burt Reynolds, maybe.
Yeah,
it's giving some Burt Reynolds vibes.
It is, bro. Hey, listen, I like what that dude has to say. A lot of people think he's that guy is old enough to know reality. He understands that not everybody's good. He understands that not everybody's coming to your house for the barbecue. He understands that sometimes you got to do hard things that people don't agree with in order to protect and serve the greater good. And there's all these people in this country, like we have talked about for many years, who have never experienced anything real in terms of very bad shit. Even the people who think they're experiencing bad are a million times better off than people in other parts of the world. And so we have a bunch of spoiled people who don't have to deal with criminal elements or the reality of criminals or the savagery of criminals or the understanding that there are no moral laws amongst these types of people, men who are trying to survive. A man who is in a position trying to survive will fucking do anything to survive, okay? To survive, they got to reproduce. Where are they going to reproduce if they're not bringing any women over? The answer should be obvious, okay?
Very simple.
But because people think that everybody's like them and everybody has a good heart and everybody believes that, you know, people are good, they don't fucking understand it. And this man has seen enough in his life to understand that these are things that we have to deal with. Okay, that's called being a realist. We need people like that. We need a lot of people like that. In fact, that's the man's job in society. The man's job in society is to recognize things for what they are, for the truth, address them however it need to be addressed to protect everybody else. And that's what he's doing. And people don't like it because they're in this little bubble called the United States of America where no one starves and everybody's fucking overweight because they they have too much abundance and not enough like hardship. That's the truth. You know, people say, oh, the fucking, you know, it's so hard here. Hard compared to what? Compared to who? Compared to where? Okay. And when we lose that perspective, we end up in a bubble where we don't realize that there are people that will take your shit. They will take your shit. They will take your house. They will take your wife. They will take your life. They do not fucking care. And so I am thankful that men like this still exist, who are old school, hardened motherfuckers that are going to say, hey, I don't give a fuck what you guys say about me. I'm going to do this job, even if you hate me for doing it, because it's going to protect your kids. I love that guy. I don't even fucking know him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's fucking awesome, man. Guys, jump in on this conversation. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments. With that being said, let's go cruise some of these. Let's check this first one out. This first one comes from Fat Chad.
Fat Chad?
All right.
Fat
Chad.
I knew a Fat Chad.
Fat with 2 T's.
I had a good buddy named Fat Chad for a long time. I wonder if it's the same guy.
I doubt it.
Really?
I doubt it.
Let's see what he has to say. I'll tell you.
Except you MAGA dipshits just... Hold on, wait. Except you MAGA dipshits can't just leave trans people or immigrants alone, LOL. You are the ones playing identity politics constantly. Try listening to your own rhetoric and leave people alone. Fat Chad.
All right, fat ass. I mean, Fat Chad. Hey, listen, bro. There is an equal and opposite reaction for every action taken.
Mm-hmm.
And for the last 20 years, you and people like you and other people have jammed these things down our throat. People like me, we've called ourselves patriots. We understand that everybody fits under the American flag. It doesn't matter if they're trans. It doesn't matter if they're gay. It doesn't matter if they're black, white, yellow, red, brown. Who gives a fuck? Everybody under that flag. But people like you came along and you started jamming this other flag down our throat. And then like 50 more flags. And we couldn't keep up. It was confusing.
Adding alphabets and shit.
Yeah. So who started the game? I'm pretty sure that before people like you came along, we were all doing pretty well. But you guys came along and you wanted to segregate yourselves into all these little communities and these protected classes, and you wanted to victimize yourselves and get special treatment because you belong to these protected classes. No, this is still America. We're all going to fucking survive. We're all going to get together. We're all going to be good under that flag. And if you don't want to be a part of that, you could fucking move. Get the fuck out of here. Okay? How about that? Second of all, we do leave immigrants alone. We do not leave illegal migrants alone that come in and get $13,000 on their EBT card when our own veterans are starving on the streets. We do not leave illegal migrants alone when they come in and they start committing crime at a mass scale, specifically sexual crimes against women. We do not leave those people alone. We deport them back to where they came from. And if you would like, I'm sure we could arrange a seat on one of those planes for you, Fat Chad.
Mm-hmm. Might need an extra seatbelt.
Yeah, an extender.
Mm-hmm.
So at least, you know, I am listening to my own rhetoric. And now you want to be left alone because you are the minority and you are realizing that you're the minority. But when you thought you were the majority, and by the way, you've always been the minority. When you thought you were the majority, you swung this heavy hammer of compliance on everybody. Everybody do what we say, or you're a bigot, you're a racist, you're a transphobe, you're a homophobe, and white people are the problem. No, motherfucker. People like you are the problem because you came in and you pushed, thinking that you were the majority, and come to find out, like we've been saying for many years, you are the minority, and now you're getting pushed back. So that's what's happening. Blame yourself. Listen to your own rhetoric, and hopefully people will have enough common sense to where we won't push back so hard that we can't come together and move forward as Americans. But I can't guarantee that because I don't speak for everybody. I don't lead everybody. I want common sense. I want everybody to be under that flag. I want everybody to be proud of that flag, unless you're fucking with kids or causing crimes or raping women or doing fucked up shit, which a lot of those people are. Mm-hmm. So who's the dipshit? Chad.
Let's check out this next one. This is from Tyler F is outside. Tyler F is outside. Mm-hmm. Tyler F is outside. There we go. Right,
I mean, do you have anything to say to Fat Chad? It looks like he's got a sweet man bun.
No, that's like a bowl. I just pulled up his account. It's
a bowl?
Yeah, it's like a bowl. Like an upside down bowl.
Oh. Yeah. He's cultured.
He has a bull ring, though. Probably has a cuck ring, too.
Hey, whatever, man.
Yeah, Chad.
A lot of these people are having problems understanding that they're the minority now.
Well, I think they feel the pressure. They know what's coming.
Well, you shouldn't have fucked around.
That's what I'm like, bro.
I think I was on the internet, I don't know, 5 years ago saying the backlash here is going to be pretty hard. Hopefully people will have common sense. Hopefully we won't have what we've had in other situations where this has happened, where, like, you know, communists in certain countries at certain points in time in history have been dragged out of their homes and dragged out of their jobs and beaten. Mm-hmm. Okay. And that's where communists get when they've been defeated in culture. Okay. It's not a Jew thing. It's not a fucking race thing. It's a communist thing.
Yep.
So I'd be real careful. And I hope people do have some restraint. But I'm sure nobody here would miss you if you decided to join your illegal friends wherever the fuck they're going.
Yeah. I'm sure they'd love to take you, Chad.
Yeah. And by the way, I'm not a MAGA dipshit asshole. I'm not loyal to fucking Trump. I'm loyal to this country. If Trump starts fucking around, I fucking call him out on that, just like I have. Have I not?
You have. Definitely have. Yeah. All right. Let's check out this next one. Tyler F is outside. He says, what's this? People on the left aren't acting like complete psychopaths and cult members after losing an election like we do. There must be some grand conspiracy at play. Go outside, touch grass, and take your meds, little buddy.
What?
Yeah.
What's he talking about?
I don't know.
People on the left aren't acting like complete psychopaths and cult members. Have you been on the internet in the last week?
Have you met Chad?
Yeah. We've got literally thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people on the internet talking about how they're not going to talk to their family.
They're sterilizing themselves.
Yeah, they're shaving their heads in complete meltdowns that are unnecessary. And if we're being honest, that's the media's fault. The media is to blame for that. Mm-hmm. The media should be sued for the things that they've done. There are people in 2024 that are driving around in their cars with masks on. They freak out if they go into public and people aren't wearing masks. And 3-4 years later after this happened, okay, we have people who, because they lost an election, that they had no awareness of the social shift that they were creating by their obnoxious behavior, are now not talking to their families and saying, my family's dead to me. I'm going to spit on their graves, was one of the tweets I saw. My brother and my dad are dead to me. I'm going to spit on their graves over a fucking election. Yeah. Okay. And who's the psychopath? Okay. And you throw look what you did during J6. We didn't do anything during J6. Nobody brought guns. I can promise you, when we have a real revolution, there'll be guns. That's why we have guns. Dumbass is. Because I know there's, for real. Well, it's insurrection. Insurrection is with weapons, bro.
Yeah.
Like, we were really trying to take over the country. We'd bring weapons. I have 3 armored vehicles. If we were trying to take over the country, they'd all 3 be there with every gun I got and all the people I know and everybody else that knows of it. We'd all be there with our shit. That's what the we would do. So to say, oh, you're a cult member or you're this or that, no, I'm just a reasonable American that believes in the Constitution, which none of you guys think seems to matter.
Yeah, no.
So touch some grass, take your meds, little buddy. Okay.
This last comment is from Atlando G1775. It's a great story. He says, at Target the other day with my family, walked in with the first form drink. Leaving the store, a worker told me I had to pay for it. I told her I brought it in, and she was making a scene. After arguing, another coworker came and scanned it, and to their surprise, it didn't ring up. Worker told her they don't sell them at their store. I looked at her and said, quote, well, you should. That'd be the only thing worth stealing in here, and strutted out of that place.
That's funny, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking
Hey,
cool.
by the way, you guys are always asking how to support. Go right into your store like Lando did here and tell them to carry our shit and, buy it where you can. It's a big help to us. So when you guys say, hey, how can I support? Get yourself some of this First Form Energy. Post it on the internet. Say, hey, I got this here. And then tag whoever doesn't have it and say, F you.
And you should.
Yeah.
Guys, we appreciate you guys, seriously, for being Real Ass fans. Thank you guys for liking, commenting, subscribing. Make sure you guys hit that bell notification on the YouTube to stay up to date with the latest episodes from Real AF.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
How could you really look at both sides of what's going on and say that the right is the mentally unhinged side?
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely some wackadoodles.
I mean, we got some
way
weirdos
over there.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, bro, their entire beliefs. Yeah. And it's a product of the media being completely irresponsible with their manipulation.
Yeah.
They've altered these people's realities so far that they're going to have a trouble coping with it.
Yeah. It's I mean, even just trying to do it like unemotionally. Like, all right, what good policies, ideas, values are over there? I can't find one. Can't find it.
No. I don't either.
I can't,
and like,
man.
dude, I don't understand how these people how they can like simp for migration. Like, what, bro? This ain't your country. Like, you're not the ones. You didn't make up the rules here. We've been living amongst the rules for 250 years. Okay, the Constitution says this. You don't get to just make up new rules. All right. And these people don't protect our country. They don't give a shit. This country's not meant for everybody in the world to come to illegally. Now, if they want to come through the actual real process, cool. But a lot of those people don't make it through the process because they're criminals or they have bad history of other things. Who knows? They get weeded out through the system. That's the point of the system.
Yeah. It's so crazy. I mean, we can argue, even with the immigration shit, we can argue like, okay, the legal immigration route, like, it takes too long.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason like it should take 7 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we can fix
it.
And
by the way, let's charge these guys thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And then let's just go ahead and put 13 grand on these people's EBDs.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, we could, like, there's things that can be fixed for sure. You know what I'm saying? But like, there's no reason I have to go to an airport and take my shoes off and get cup checked by a TSA agent when you got people walking right across the southern border, no problem.
Yeah.
Like, it's unreal to me, man.
Yeah.
It's unreal. But let's get into our second headline, guys. Second headline. Got some interesting things on the horizon. Let's talk about them. Headline number 2 reads, Biden stumbles multiple times, needs assist from Jill as he struggles to walk on sandy Delaware beach. All right, now this is interesting, okay, because there's a chain of events that happened shortly after this video went viral. Let's talk about it. So President Biden stumbled multiple times and even needed an assist from First Lady Jill Biden as he trudged through the sand near his Delaware beach house Sunday, according to footage of the moment. The outgoing commander-in-chief, who's 81, was seen repeatedly losing his balance as he navigated the unstable sand in Rehoboth Beach on Sunday afternoon, nearly a week after Vice President Kamala Harris lost to former and now future President Donald Trump. At one point, as Biden struggled through the deep and uneven sand, the First Lady took hold of his arm to keep him steady. The video captured by C-SPAN showed. Now let's check this video out.
Well, I mean, man, he's an old man. Sand's hard to walk in, bro. You probably never been on it before. You been on the sand?
I've been on the sand before.
I bet you look the same as that.
Nope. I got great balance, actually. I don't fall.
No, I believe he does. He's quick on his feet. He's been quick on his feet when I've needed him. Fuck, dude. Remember that time that fucking dude came and grabbed me?
Yeah, dude, listen.
Shit, motherfucker was on the ground before I even knew he grabbed me.
I got you, bro.
Yeah.
I got you.
DJ was over there doing a fucking Dion dance like he got one. Anyway.
But
man, he's just an old man.
It happens.
Yeah.
You know, I get it. It's fine. You know.
An old tyrant, but traitor. But I mean, he's an old man.
But there was an interesting thing that happened after that got posted. I would like to show the chat. Jamal Simmons, this guy. Okay, he is Kamala Harris's former communications director. Okay. And now he's saying Biden should step down.
Oh, is that what he says?
And let Harris finish his term. And so, yeah, he went on and he actually doubled down on this, went to CNN, talked about it even more. But it started with this tweet. He says, Joe Biden has been amazing, but he should fulfill one last promise to be transitional. Biden should resign and make Kamala Harris the first woman president. It turned tables on Trump, keep Kamala from presiding over J6, make it easier for next woman to run. Hashtag Trailblaze Podcast.
No. First of all, what woman wants Kamala Harris to be the first woman? Okay, how about we have Tulsi Gabbard as the first woman?
That'd be a good one.
Someone who's an actual, intelligent, badass, veteran patriot of this country. How about that? No, let's take away that opportunity that is potentially coming down the road and give it to this person who's never done a fucking thing, never got a vote to even be in the position that she's in. That's really great for women. Let's celebrate women with that. How would you women who listen to the show feel about that? Would you rather her be given some sort of participation trophy, or would you rather wait a little bit and have it be someone who is completely exceptional and deserving of the position?
Yeah, undeniable.
Yes.
And just fucking beat it out.
Yeah. It's insane. The whole comment is reflective of these people's misguided views of the world. It goes back to what that guy said about identity politics and Cruise the Comments. That is you guys. People think that there is some sort of award for being the first. There is no award for being the first unless you finish the race first, or you are the best, or you win on an equal playing field.
Not if they take everybody else out the race.
Correct. Removing everybody out of the race and being like, oh, she's first, that is not a win. In fact, if I was a woman, I'd be insulted by the suggestion of this.
Yeah. Well,
more than anything.
Well, that's the interesting thing. So I've been looking into this. I haven't seen a lot of women actually jump on this wagon here. It's been a bunch of simp dudes actually. Like this guy.
Well, dude, this is the same. These people are all the same, DJ.
Yeah.
They fucking virtue signal for their.
They sit down when they pee.
It's not that.
Or they
dude.
got their pants at their ankles.
Listen, dude, this goes so much deeper than that. This is misguided understanding of men and women dynamics. Okay. These guys think that by simping like this, it somehow makes them more attractive to women. It somehow makes them desirable or intelligent, and that's not reality, bro. Like, women don't respect simp shit like this. They don't respect it. Women want strong leadership. Women value strong leadership, whether it comes from a woman or a man.
Right.
Okay? It doesn't matter if a woman or a man is president of the United States, in my opinion, as long as they deserve it and they're the best option. Okay? Kamala Harris is undeniably not the best option for fucking anybody. I wouldn't let her run my company for a single fucking day, which is evident by her raising $1 billion and ending up $20 million in fucking debt.
Oh, I got that for you. But there's another Andy that disagrees with you, Andy.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, Andy.
Well, he's a fucking idiot.
Andy Ostroy.
Yeah.
Ostroy. I 1000% agree with what Jamal Simmons just said on CNN, that hashtag Biden should immediately resign and allow hashtag Kamala Harris to become the 47th president. Let's at least allow America to finally have a woman in the Oval Office, even if only for 2.5 months.
Yes. So respectful of women.
She gets 2.5 months.
Even if it's only for 2.5 months. Andy, you really love women. You really care about women.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like, dude, this is such absurd shit. It's no, man, it's no difference than the blatant racism these people spew. They're not even aware they spew it.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, what's more for women? Hey, let's give her this position because at least we'll have her for 2.5 months and we can say she's the first woman. Or, hey, let's vote for a truly badass woman to come in and wreck shit and run the country and win, and we can all get behind her. What's more pro-woman than that?
Yeah, right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
These motherfuckers don't even know what they're saying. They're a bunch of fucking no-nut having morons that think that they're somehow going to be more attractive or be more accepted by these people for being, honestly, like just total weak, cowardly, low-T men. That's reality, dude. Like, nobody in the right mind who actually respects women thinks that Kamala Harris is a great example of women leadership.
Yeah, dude, it's sad. Let me ask you though, like real shit, okay? Because I've been looking at these headlines and like this is starting to become a talking narrative now.
It's not going to happen. Joe Biden fucking hates Kamala, bro.
That's my point.
Do you think Joe Biden is going to give her Joe Biden, in my opinion, very likely voted for Trump.
Yeah.
I'm even if it meant his own demise.
Yeah.
Because he is a traitor. He has sold the country down the drain. He's taken a bunch of money from different countries. That's all proven. It doesn't change the fact. But he's so old, I don't think he gives a fuck. And I think he hates her so much that he's like, fuck you. And by the way, Obama hates her too. Obama hasn't returned a phone call from her since the election ended. They haven't had one correspondence. Kamala Harris's campaign has reached out consistently, and they have not replied or responded. And guess who Joe Biden's best fucking friend is? Obama. They fucking hate her because she ruined their good deal. Obama, Clinton, Biden, that's the cabal, okay? Those people are the international group of traitors that all work together. They're the uniparty. George Bush is in there too. She ruined that for them. They fucking hate her. There's not a chance in the world that Joe Biden is doing that.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
All right. Well, let's talk about Kamala a little bit more because there are some interesting... Yeah, there's some interesting things that's happening. You did mention that she's about $20 million in debt.
Let's let her run the country.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
You go from $1 billion.
I mean, that's exactly how they've been running it.
Yeah, go from $1 billion in the plus
to 0-20.
To 0-20.
Yeah. She could not run a single company of mine. Not the big ones, not the small ones. She could not run them.
Yeah.
She couldn't run a single fucking retail store of ours.
Bro.
One of our retail stores she couldn't run. For one fucking day.
Yeah. No, dude, it's crazy. Now, there's something interesting that's happening I would like everybody to just be aware of that's going on right now with the Kamala Harris campaign. I'm not sure if you saw this, but apparently, according to Act Blue, they are now transitioning whatever money that they do have left
to go towards a recount.
Yeah,
that's a lie. That's a lie. They don't intend to recount. That's just the angle that they could pick to try and raise more money. So what they're trying to do is create a narrative that appeals to these psychos that are freaking the fuck out, where they'll go drain their bank accounts hoping that there's some sort of, chance that Trump will get into office. It's just another fear-mongering play for her to steal money so that she can get herself out of the hole. And honestly, if you donate to that, you're getting what you deserve because it ain't going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
it's a straight up scavenger move.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, and that makes complete sense, man. But like,
how else is she going to get people to donate to her?
Yeah.
Just think it through.
Yeah.
How $20 million is a lot of fucking money.
That's a shit ton of money.
Okay.
$1 billion is a shit ton of money.
Listen, 20 million is too, and she don't have it.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we sit here and we say, oh man, she's 20 million in the hole. Well, she's 20 million in the hole and she don't have 20 million. You know what I'm saying? The fucking brother of her husband is a billionaire.
Yeah.
Why is he not paying the 20 million? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude, listen, there's a lot of questions I have. I want to show you this real quick. This is from Justin Blinson on Twitter. He kind of just did an overall outline of both campaign spending, right?
Yep.
So if we go to Trump's campaign, okay, Trump raised for his 2024 campaign election series $381.54 million, okay? He spent $345.42 million. And out of all of that money, only $10.4 million was spent on staff. Okay. You go to Kamala's campaign. She raised over $1 billion. Mind you, she was only running for president for how many months? Like four? Five?
Yeah, 4.
4 months. So in 4 months, she raised $1 billion
and spent
every fucking penny plus some.
Yeah. Plus 20 million.
Now, what was interesting to me, let's just dive into this because I think this is great. Okay. So they're saying that she spent $1.37 billion. Okay. But she raised $1 billion, spent $1.37 billion. Where did that money go to? Okay. Let's talk about the first half of this billion, I guess. It's now come out. It's undeniable, right? She had all of these celebrity endorsements, right? She had all these fucking concerts. They were all paid for.
Yeah.
They were all,
fake.
These people didn't come in there for free.
That's right.
Right?
Well, don't you remember me telling you that these were just paid influencer campaigns?
That's all that was.
Didn't I say that about 100 times?
The other interesting thing, she spent 6 figures rebuilding an entire set of a fucking podcast. Like this set here, when she went on Call of Duty, that's a fake set. Like they built that just so she could.
How that set cost 6 figures? Who the fuck built it? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'll be honest. Ours is way better. I don't think it costs.
Ours is way better, and I know it didn't cost 6 figures.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, it's just.
Well, it is what it is. These people don't give a fuck. They run around, and this is what they do with your money. This is what you got to understand. They run around. They don't question the price. They see it as unlimited money. Money's no object. Money's no problem. They don't count it. They don't care.
Yeah.
$1
billion.
Dude, all these people that fucking campaigned for her for that money, it's very short-sighted because on the back end, they ruin their reputation. They ruin their ability to make endorsements in the future. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, just $1 billion though, bro. Now, it's also saying.
Yeah, Trump didn't pay Rogan to go on fucking Rogan show.
He didn't pay Elon. Elon's actually spending money on him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that just goes to show you where the true horsepower is at, man. Yeah. You're having to buy all of these fucking endorsements and you still lost.
Listen, man. It's a rough thing for a lot of these people to understand that they have been lied to, manipulated, cheated by technology, fake technology, bot systems, algorithms to believe that they are the majority. And we, the common person, has been manipulated to think the opposite, that we are all alone, that culture has passed us by, and that we think old fashioned and nobody else agrees with us. And they've used that same manipulation to make us think that. So they've empowered them and they've squashed our patriotism, our belief, our culture. And these people are now realizing what we realized a long time ago, where we walk around in the public and we're like, who the fuck is with this shit? Who are these people? Where is this? Except they walk around thinking that everybody's with them. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they're realizing a very hard lesson right now that their beliefs and their culture and their belief system is a lie. And it's been perpetrated on them maliciously for a cause. And a lot of them haven't figured that out yet. A lot of them still haven't figured out that they are the useful idiots of communism. If you can't figure out what the fuck's going on right now, you need to figure this out. If you went along with all this shit that was popular on the left side of the aisle for the last 10 years, and you thought that that was legitimately the way it was, and you figured that, we were going down this progressive path where, we make up our own rules and it's not the truth, it's my truth, and everything's a matter of perspective and there is no real facts and, truths, everything is up for debate. Those people have been completely manipulated, completely lied to, and they're going to have a hard time understanding how to come out of that. Like, how do you come out of that?
Yeah.
How do you come out of, and this is why I think the media should be held accountable for what they did. They lied to people so much, they manipulated people so much that they have created this mental illness where people cannot see the reality of the world. And it's dangerous, dude, because now we have, people melting down, not talking to their families, not able to function in society. These people are legitimately scared. They're not at a point now where they're like, oh, I'm right. They're fucking terrified. It's not fake.
Yeah.
It's not fake that they're terrified. They're terrified. Why should they be terrified? What have people like us ever done to them? What have regular American people ever done to them? Nothing. But they've been lied to over and over and over to where now they believe that, we're going to be riding on horseback and fucking scalping them or something. I don't fucking know what they think. But
it's wild, man.
It's crazy, dude.
No,
I have empathy for them. I do.
Yeah.
I have empathy because they are the victims of $1 trillion propaganda machine. And that's not okay. Where they say, hey, we don't want to unite with you. Fuck you. You're evil. We don't think they're evil. We just think that they're not informed, that they don't understand what's actually going on. They believe we are evil. Okay. And that's a big problem because if they actually believe that, there's going to be no uniting with them whatsoever. So how do we solve that problem? Well, the media has to be held accountable publicly, and there has to be a truth and reconciliation publicly about what the facts are and what they aren't, because there's been so much lying that people don't know what's true and what's not true. And that's fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
Because now we have families destroyed.
Yeah.
Now we have people literally terrified that
to go to Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
with their
dude.
family,
and
man.
that people, that are patriotic Americans or domestic terrorists, or they're going to, burn you at the stake or some crazy shit. Did you see that case about that dude who killed his whole fucking family?
Yeah.
He killed his family and his I guess he had an ex-wife that had a kid with him, and then a wife that had 2 kids with him, and then he killed himself. So he killed 2, 5, 6 people because he believed, and I read his fucking tweets, he believed that religious zealots from the conservative side were going to burn him at the stake. That's what he fucking believed. Where did he come up with that? He came up with that from the media's relentless propagation of this absurd shit that isn't true. And it's costing people their lives. It's costing people their families. People are shooting and committing crimes because of this. What about all the mass shootings that have happened over the last 4 or 5 years? Who committed those?
Right.
It wasn't Republicans. It wasn't well-adjusted people. Most of these people were of trans ideology. They have been manipulated to believe that people are out to get them and they're going to kill them and they're going to put them in jail. Bro, when all we're asking is, hey, just don't go to school and read books in your drag outfit. Don't give kids the, Johnny sucks his first dick book when they're fucking 5 years old. That's all we're asking. Stay the fuck away from the fucking kids. In fact, there wasn't a problem at all with it until the last 4 or 5 years where the kid shit started getting mixed in with it. And if we're going to blame someone, we should put blame into the people who wouldn't call out the pedophilia aspect of the trans community.
Yeah.
Okay, because there's a lot of pedophiles that hide in that community by their own admission. There is plenty of trans people and plenty of gay people who are like, hey, these fucking sick pedophiles are trying to hide under our umbrella and we're not with that. And they understand that it makes it dangerous for them. So let's really examine what's going on here and how it was created. It wasn't created by us. I didn't do it. You didn't do it. Trump didn't do it. Who did it? Oh, the media. And what ideology has the media been spewing this entire time? Communist. Okay, so we have a big problem here that is going to be very hard to reconcile socially because these people are unwilling to admit that they are the fucking issue. Just like whenever we're watching these people melt down, and, you know, like I said earlier in the show, 30% of white men went over to the Republican side. Well, yeah, because you call them the fucking devil, and you say that they're responsible for slavery, and you say that they're racist just for being white, and whiteness is the problem, and you say that for fucking the last 6-7 years.
And you expect them to vote for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, bro, that's not an effective strategy.
Well, you tell black people that they're too dumb to get
Computers.
IDs and use computers. And
eventually they're going to say, fuck off.
And then 25% of them leave the Democrat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, what do you expect?
Well, dude, I mean, that's their strategy, and it's ineffective. And, you know, these people still haven't figured it out yet, because now they're online. You got Joy Reid online saying that the problem with the reason Kamala lost the election was because of the racism that black people have, or the race. Like, bro, they're just hammering down and hammering down and hammering down more, which shows you how fucking stupid the talking heads actually are. Like, you're going to lose. You already lost. It's not coming back. You're not going to revive this social movement. This social movement of wokeness is fucking over, dude. Your credibility for propagating it is over. It's over. Yeah. Okay? And that's evidenced by who won with what form of media. The traditional MSM is fucking over, dude.
Oh, it's done.
It's over. The people who are going to give the news are going to be people like myself, people like Rogan, and, you know, the 100 other great podcasts out there that bring this shit to your face every single fucking day. That's who's going to be the news now. And you did it to yourselves. So fuck off.
Yeah. Real quick, I want to dive into this a little bit, because I thought this was interesting. So back to this analysis of campaign spending, right? Trump only spent $10.4 million on staff.
Yeah.
Kamala spent $582.53 million on staff in 4 months.
Yeah. What's that tell you?
How is that possible?
It's not possible. So what's it tell you?
Well, I think it tells me some stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's, let's dive into it.
Yeah.
Let's dive into it. I think I found this place. This was interesting. The Real Numbers tracking crowd sizes at presidential rallies, right? And this was more of a left-leaning source where they tried to say.
By the way, Kamala Harris's staff. Just so we're clear.
Yeah. They tried to say that Kamala Harris's average crowd size, her average rallies, was 13,000. Okay. That was her average crowd size. You know what they tried to say Trump's average crowd size was? Like 5,000.
No, they didn't.
I swear to God. But over $500 million in 4 months on your staff. What makes somebody staff? What makes someone staff? Is it a W-2? Is it a 1099? You know, and it reminded me of this that came out not too long ago. I'm not sure if you've seen this clip. Let's check this out. Where they say that per GPS tracking, okay, 5,003 mobile devices at Kamala Harris's rally in Charlotte, North Carolina, okay, on Thursday afternoon. Out of those, 3,600 came from the Georgia, mainly Atlanta, Georgia area. Okay. Hear this description.
We're going to get to some data from the Kamala rally.
5,003 mobile devices at Kamala Harris's rally in Charlotte, North Carolina on Thursday afternoon. It appears over 3,600 came from Georgia, mainly Atlanta, Georgia, and approximately 720 from Savannah, Georgia. So that's a North Carolina rally with almost 80% of the attendees being from Georgia.
After you do the math, that's only 600 or so local people from North Carolina that attended. That's all who shows up, and you're planning to what? Get 80-something million votes again? Something ain't right. And then all these people come from buses. And it's kind of weird because at the Trump events, you don't really have like organized buses like that. People just kind of show up and park on their own. But at the Kamala rally, there's just these lines of buses at every event, which is weird. And a lot of the people are also the same people that attend multiple rallies. Can you read those tweets?
Any of the same ones from previous events, because this guy's tracking the cell phones, I guess. And he says 90% have been to 3+ rallies. 54% were even at Arizona and Nevada rallies.
So it's all the same.
So you have that, right? And just for the hell of it, I looked up some flight prices, right? And the average flight from Atlanta, Georgia to Charlotte, North Carolina, averages about $230. Okay. You add in these buses that they've been taking, like this clip here.
Kamala Harris is in New Hampshire. It kind of became news this week. No details. Northampton, New Hampshire, at a brewery, Northampton. And yet I'm getting, and it's a New Hampshire event. Northampton happens to be in New Hampshire. We're getting listener calls, eyewitness accounts that buses on Route 1 are coming in from Massachusetts, full of Massachusetts people, one would presume, going to the event. Sue Polidor, one of our listeners, witnessing this on Route 1 this morning. Good morning, Sue.
So you have these buses that are coming in. All right, now you take, again, the average crowd size, they're saying 13,000. Times that by the average flight ticket, $230 on the round trip. It very quickly adds up to $500 million fucking dollars. I mean, she did multiple fucking rallies. I mean, even just 7 where she quoted she had 30,000 people in attendance.
I know for a fact this is true. You know how I know?
I know how you know.
Yeah. You guys don't know how I know, but I have eyes and ears. I should say it like this. Our show has an army of eyes and ears who may or may not be in the government, who don't like what's going on.
Yeah. Who are listening to us, but not illegally. Yeah. They're legally listening to us.
And we may have a number of those guys that, I don't know, send us pictures and evidence and things that are happening behind the scenes that I am not at liberty to share with you. But this is a fact. Do you know what else? Do you know why else it's $582 million? Because this is the exact same shit they do with Ukraine. They take your money, they pretend they're buying a fucking missile, and then the missile costs 5 times as much, and they keep the rest of the money.
Yeah. I mean, $500 million in 4 months, bro.
It's a pretty large amount.
That's what they would have done with our country, too, man.
Well, it's like, they don't care. Yes, she can. Is that a camo print on her fucking shirt? And yes, she can. Huh? Oh.
Yes, she can. No, she can't.
Man, I'll tell you what, dude. Like, you could say whatever you want about Oprah, but fuck, dude.
You better not.
Huh? No, I'm saying she looks great for her age. I'm not saying she's hot. That's not what I'm saying. You're the one that fucking said you want to see trans stuff.
Okay, no, don't flip this back. Don't flip it back.
Yeah.
You just called Oprah Winfrey hot.
No, I did not. I said she looks good for her age.
70.
She's 70 fucking years old, dude.
Yeah, well, that's all the adrenochrome, bro. What do you expect?
Dude, maybe it is. I mean, she looks better now than when she was fucking 30.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So you say, I don't like Oprah. I think she's a fucking traitor, based upon who she aligns with. And, some of the shit she said and done, I don't like. I really don't like it.
Yeah, apparently she loves capitalism, though.
Yeah, she's very good at it.
$1 million.
Hey, man, look, dude, you say whatever you want about Oprah now. She has one of the most incredible success stories of all time.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I respect it, but I don't respect how she's behaving now.
No.
She's forgotten where she came from and who the fuck she's attached to and who the people are that made her.
Yeah. Guys, jumping on this convo. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments. With that being said, let's get to our third and final headline. Headline number 3.
That's crazy. Oprah's 70 years old, bro.
It's crazy. You think she's hot?
You just said you wanted to suck a dick. Right before we turned the fucking cameras on, this motherfucker.
What was that we were talking about? The media propagation?
We were talking, yeah. DJ was talking about going to Thailand, wasn't he?
Going this weekend.
Yeah.
Guys, third and final headline number 3. This one was crazy. I know you've seen this, but let's talk about it, man. FEMA fires official who told hurricane relief workers to skip Trump houses. Did you see this shit? The FEMA worker?
Yeah, I did.
Bro.
Yep.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but fuck. The FEMA supervisor who ordered relief workers to bypass the homes of Donald Trump supporters while administering hurricane aid in Florida has been fired following the Daily Wire report. FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell announced Saturday that Supervisor Marnie Washington had been fired after she ordered federal employees under her supervision to, quote, avoid homes advertising Trump as they canvassed Lake Placid, Florida, to identify residents who could qualify for federal aid, according to messages shared with the Daily Wire by whistleblowers. These instructions were given both verbally and in writing, multiple government employees revealed. Quote, more than 22,000 FEMA employees every day adhere to FEMA's core values and are dedicated to helping people before, during, and after disasters, often sacrificing time with their own families to help disaster survivors. Recently, one FEMA employee departed from these values to advise her survivor assistance team to not go to homes with yard signs supporting President-elect Trump, Criswell said in a statement. Quote, this is a clear violation of FEMA's core values and principles to help people regardless of their political affiliation. This was reprehensible. I want to be clear to all of my employees and the American people, this type of behavior and action will not be tolerated at FEMA, and we will hold people accountable if they violate these standards of conduct, she added. But yeah, so I mean, this lady, Marnie Marnie Washington, this was the tweet that was, or the message that was sent out. Well, it says, she's given orders to her team, implement best practices. Not one goes anywhere alone. Avoid homes advertising Trump. Practice de-escalation and preventative measures. Like, who the fuck do you think you are?
Well, this is what people think they can do when for the last number of years, the law and order aspect of society has been completely abandoned. When you take consequences away from the enforcement of real laws, this is what you end up with. You end up with people making up their own rules. You know, when you persecute more than half the country because they want to vote a certain way, or maybe they don't want to take a vaccine, or maybe they have their own belief systems, and you throw cancel culture on top of it, and then you don't enforce any sort of laws at all, or the laws even become backwards, like in the case of Daniel Penny in New York. This is what you end up with. You end up with people who feel emboldened and empowered to do whatever they feel like right out in the open with no consequences. And if I'm not mistaken, she's a black woman. Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, where the hurricane hit was mainly a white area of Trump supporters. Now, what if the situation were reversed?
Right.
What if I was the FEMA director and a tornado hit downtown St. Louis? I said, hey, don't fucking worry about where they're at, because, they're Biden supporters. Let's not worry about them. What would happen to me?
Right.
What's the double standard there? The double standard there is that I would be crucified. I would be drugged through the media. I would never, ever, ever be able to get a job again. I would probably go to jail. But she's going to get a fucking slap on the hand. Fair?
Oh, no, 100%.
Is it fair to say that?
100%.
Okay. Kim Gardner, same thing. She was a Soros-funded attorney, prosecutor here in St. Louis. She did whatever the fuck she wanted. What'd she get?
Slap on the wrist.
Slap on the wrist. Okay, so until people start getting real consequences for these kind of decisions where they just circumvent the laws or the rules and decide on their own, whether that's against any group, it doesn't matter what their identity is. It doesn't matter what their politics are. We are fucking Americans. And until we get equal justice and enforcement across all spectrums of the law, we won't return to that, because there's a very clear double standard in society. Actually, a few of them. Okay. The biggest one being that if you vote for Trump, or you're not in line with the liberal agenda, then, you're subject to a different set of standards than they are. And I think that's ending, because I think people are starting to realize that with Trump getting more votes as a Republican candidate than any Republican candidate in the history of the United States, okay, they're starting to realize, holy shit, we are the minority. And we're not the minority by a little, we're the minority by a lot.
Well, one thing I was going to say to that too,
that scares these people.
That is very, very scary. And to that point,
people on the majority need to start acting like the fucking majority.
Well, that's what, I mean, listen, we talk about that pendulum swinging, and here's the dangerous part. Like, had that happened, your situation where you're skipping Biden supporters' houses, culture will be fine with it at this point.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's the dangerous thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, like guys, a disaster's a fucking disaster.
No,
it has
listen,
no target.
I agree with you, bro. Like, I'm with you.
It's dangerous, man.
Yeah, no, listen, dude. We need to remove the criminal element from our country. We need to get the law straight. We need to enforce the laws that are on the books. We need to reduce the size of government. And the most important part, which is going to be the hardest part, is we're going to have to realize that these people have been the victims of $1 trillion propaganda machine, and they have been led to believe that reality is not reality. And that's why we're having these meltdowns and shit. And dude, I know there's a lot of people that are super pissed off. I'm one of them. I'm super pissed off. Like, I'm outspoken as fuck, bro. Nobody's gotten hammered the way I've gotten hammered on the internet for the last fucking 10 years. Maybe a couple other people, like Trump and maybe a couple other people. But at the end of the day, I've never shied away, even when it was unpopular. And, so I know what these people are about, and I know what they do. They call your business. They try to cancel you. They try to f your life up. In my case, I had a dude break into my house and write "Welcome to the No-Fly List" on my wall. I've had how many stalkers have I had that are dude, it's been a major expense, and I know better than most people what the these people are about, and they're insane. Okay. That being said, we have to make room for the common sense people to come and realize that they have been lied to and they have been manipulated. And if these people are willing to say, hey, dude, like, I was fooled. I had a reasonable, expectation to believe the media. I think we got to make room for these people to come over and say, okay, let's get back together. Let's move forward as Americans. And, the times I've said that on the show, what happens? These same people are like, you, we're not uniting with you. Okay, well then let's be real. You're standing on an island by yourself. You don't understand it yet. Because all the common sense people are coming together. We all want to be able to be economically successful. We want to be safe. We want to be left alone. We don't want to be burdened by obnoxious, tyrannical tax codes in our government. We don't want 60% of our money finding its way to the government. We all want the same things. We want our tax money to be reinvested into our neighborhoods, into our people, into our culture. We all want the same shit. Okay. So all of the people that want that, we're going to get together. It's not an option anymore. Like you people melting down on the internet, it's not an option. This is happening, and you're going to be on the outside. Okay. And you're going to be looked at as the whack job that you are.
Mm-hmm. Most likely bullied.
Well, dude, bullying is going to happen because, dude, that's their tactic. That's right.
That's what they do. Fuck them.
Dude, listen, part of me is like, but part of me is also like, hey, man, let's not take this as far as it's been taken in the past, where, people are drug out of their houses and beat or even killed on the rebound of these cultural movements. That's what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, one last little thing I want to add in about FEMA that I thought was quite interesting. You remember the narrative, like especially like in Nashville and North Carolina?
Hold on, one more thing. With all that being said, some of these people are uncurable. Some of these people are communists to the core, and communists to the core will lie to your face to get what they want.
Mm-hmm.
So just like all of a sudden these people felt safe to come out and show their face, they weren't just coming out and they didn't just show up. They've been subverting the mission for years and years and years and years and years. Think of the college professors that are straight up communists that are basically saying it now to our kids, but they've been professors for 30, 40 years. They didn't start out freedom-loving Americans. They were communists then, and they worked and worked and worked and worked and worked to subvert culture to the point where now it's acceptable to even say things like that. And, your days are over, motherfuckers, one way or the other. So you can either get on the pro-America freedom train or get run the over by it. Either way, I don't really give a shit. But, that's what's coming for you. And we're not going to forget who you are. We're not going to forget the persecution that you've put people through. It's not going to happen, man.
No. Now, one other thing quickly I want to talk about with FEMA, because if we go back, remember what happened in Nashville and North Carolina, right? Like these towns that were destroyed, obliterated, right?
They're still destroyed.
And there was a narrative that started coming out that, hey, FEMA was running out of money. Remember that narrative? And there was an overwhelming swell of civilian support, people coming out of their own personal pockets to help these people. That's still going on today, by the way. But FEMA was running out of money, okay? And there was this whole concern, like, we're out of money. We don't have enough money. We're out of money. And I thought that was interesting. And I thought about that when I saw this article, this headline. Concerns mount as FEMA selects Ascata Airport for massive emergency hub. 350 semi-trailers with equipment set to serve 6 Michigan counties in preparation for emergency situations. Did you see this?
No.
All right. Ascata Township, a small Michigan community, has been selected by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, as a key emergency staging area for northern Michigan, with plans to house 350 semi-trailers of emergency equipment at the local airport. The FEMA Emergency Hub, established to serve 6 counties in the event of an emergency, has stirred a mix of interest and concern among Americans. The announcement was actually made a couple of weeks ago, on October 28, where Supervisor Bill Palmer confirmed the news of FEMA's selection of Worth Smith's Airport of this controversial initiative. Here's a map of the airport. Okay, everything that's highlighted there in the plots, these are all FEMA plans. Where the ones in the red, those are aviation, industrial, or business development for FEMA. There's a couple of yellow boxes that FEMA's designating as the business only development, and then aviation. But FEMA's taken over this entire airport, and nobody's talking about it. And my question is, if we were just running out of money a couple of weeks ago, how the are they paying and affording to take over hundreds of acres of this small little town to serve 6 counties for some emergency situation that nobody's talking about?
What's the reasoning? Are they even giving a reasoning?
Yeah, they're just saying it's for, to prepare for in the event of an emergency, and that's only supposed to serve 6 counties in Michigan.
What emergency are they dealing with?
Not saying.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a good point.
It's weird. It's weird. Keep that on the back end of your burners there.
I don't know it's hard for me to keep my finger on what's been going on with the hurricane relief shit, but it ain't good. And these people are suffering still. They're going to be suffering for a long time. It's starting to get cold there. There's still elderly people living in the elements, and people have forgotten about it. People have stopped talking about it. The news cycle has stopped talking about it. And apparently FEMA has moved on to doing other things. Dude, our military should be on the ground. Maybe some of them are. But from what I've heard from a lot of people that are there, there's not much help. And that's bullshit. Okay, when we're sending billions of dollars, might as well be trillions, everywhere in the world, except our own people, how is that acceptable to anybody? It's not. It's not acceptable to anybody. And it goes into this whole thing that we were just talking about how they have utilized technology and social narratives that they can create on demand through the propping up of certain social aspects and trends on the internet and the suppression of others. They have created a false reality where nobody agrees with the things they're doing, but we are made to believe that there are people that agree, and it's not true.
So it's okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
So they're able to get out of these things without any accountability, because the people like us who all are like, this is crazy. We all believe that there's this other group of people out there that disagree with us that they're listening to, when in reality, there's not. These people are just acting on their own, doing their own things, serving their own interests that keep them in power and keep them rich and making money. And, all I could say is I hope this shit changes for real. I mean, it's looking okay, but I still have the opinion, and I am still of the opinion. This is my personal opinion. Nobody's told me this. Nobody's given me information on this. This is just my own deductive reasoning. I do not feel fully comfortable believing that Trump is even going to be inaugurated into the presidency. Okay. The social media and the mainstream media narrative that has been put out by the typical left pundits is this Iranian assassination plot that has been jammed down our throat over and over and over again. They were talking about it this morning on liberal media outlets. Okay. It is my opinion that they will try to assassinate Donald Trump between now and inauguration or shortly after inauguration by blaming Iran for his assassination and then getting all the people who voted for Trump in a patriotic frenzy, exactly like they did post 9/11, and then try to go to war with the Middle East again, saying they killed your guy. We have to go to war. And then if we think about what they get for that, they get all the things they want. They get rid of Trump, they get their war, and they get to say, hey, look, it's free and fair elections. Trump won.
Mm-hmm.
What are you crying about? And then they can move on down the future, stealing elections, running their play, saying, I thought we settled this, right? So that is what concerns me. I believe that's a very real possibility. And I think if you're in the Trump camp, especially if you're Donald Trump, we need to be very fucking careful right now because these people are acting way too nice, way too calm, way too reasonable. They know something's going to happen. It reminds me very, very much how they behaved pre-COVID. If you remember pre-COVID, you had a lot of these politicians in December of that year, which is why I even started this fucking show, December 2019. We had a lot of politicians and a lot of media players saying, don't worry, he's not getting reelected. There's no chance he's getting reelected. And I didn't really understand what they were talking about, but I felt weird about it. I felt like, fuck, dude, these motherfuckers got something going. And then COVID happened, right? And I get the same feeling now that I had then and the same feeling that, or the same perspective because of what I witnessed during 9/11. 9/11, I fell for it. Like in 9/11, dude, I was like, fuck yeah, let's go turn the Middle East into glass. And I was behind it, okay? But I was uninformed and I didn't know and I didn't realize our own people would lie to us like this. But what I'm seeing here reminds me an awful lot of the black swan of 9/11. And I would not put it past these people, okay? They keep talking. By the way, Iran came out and said, your government's making that up. Mm-hmm. That is not what we're doing. And they've come out and said that. Like,
and they've taken
times.
Responsibility for plenty of things.
Yeah, like when they kill motherfuckers, they say, yeah, we fucking did that,
definitely
bitches.
Did it. Yeah.
So, and they've come out and flat out said that our government is lying to us. And you could take that for what it's worth. I don't know, I don't trust our government anymore, and I trust theirs.
Yeah.
But when you look at how are these people going to get their way, that's the plan that gets them their way. Kill Trump, blame it on Iran, get everybody to go to war with the Middle East, and then claim the elections were free and fair because Trump won. And if they weren't free and fair, he couldn't have won.
Mm-hmm. Which there's still some funky business going on with those.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah.
But the point is like, dude, I'm very concerned about it.
Yeah.
And not many people are talking about it.
Yeah, man. Guys, tell us what you guys think down in the comments. Let us know. With that being said, man, let's get to our final segment of the show. We got thumbs up or dumb as fuck. This is where we bring a headline in. We talk about it to get one of those two options. This is an interesting one. Love to hear your thoughts on this. It's about the election night searches, specifically. Pornhub. Pornhub reveals each state's top election night searches, and you won't believe what Florida was looking at.
I'll probably believe it.
I don't believe what no, there's some weird ones. Bro, listen, people are fucking nasty.
No shit.
But like,
what are you talking about? People are nasty. You got half the fucking internet showing their buttholes for $3.
Yeah,
no shit, man.
$2.99.
Listen, society has gotten the society has regressed.
Yeah,
by a lot, and that's why there needs to be there needs to be an intentional effort to raise the culture, especially amongst men, dude.
Yeah, it's wild. But let's dive into this. Pornhub has revealed each state's top election searches, with frisky Floridians perusing the porn pages for politically themed videos. The adult website shared the dirty data exclusively with the Post, giving an insight into the minds and fantasies of amorous Americans in the days before and after Donald Trump was named the country's 47th president. The data was compiled from Sunday, November 3rd, through Wednesday, November 6th, with analysts looking at each state's top relative searches, i.e., the terms searched more often when compared to other states. Florida, once considered a swing state, voted 56.1% for Trump, and its Randy residents certainly had right-wing politics on their mind. MAGA was the Sunshine State's top relative search term, proving Republican politics and raunchy porn could be a popular combination. Let's
They were searching MAGA on the porn site?
Yeah.
What the fuck for? Like they want to see like chicks in MAGA hats and shit?
I guess. Yeah. I guess. Hey, listen. There is you could put a liberal woman next to a conservative woman. Conservative woman's hotter. Every day, twice on Sunday.
I mean, look, dude, there's truth to that. There's
Every day.
fucking truth to that.
Every day, twice on Sunday.
I mean, look, there's a big reason why a lot of women voted for MAGA, and it becomes a social conditioning of people navigating and associating with the good-looking crowd.
Mm-hmm.
There's a real thing for that.
It's there. Apparently that other data they showed, Pornhub revealed that traffic was up 7% on average across the entire country on Election Day. It also showed that Americans in both blue and red states blew off some steam on the big day before pulling the other lever, with website visits peaking between 8 and 9 a.m. It's so weird. Like they just woke up and like, let me blow this steam off real quick. I'm gonna go do my American duty. They did their other American duty first. Apparently, let's check the map out. Here's the map. Okay, this is the 2024 election week top relative searches.
Washington's up there with transgender.
Oregon, deeper. There's a lot of white guys there. Morning sex. Let's just go west to east. Arizona's interesting.
Ass licking.
Arizona's interesting.
Dude, New Mexico's right next to him with that butt plug. Colorado ain't getting a no nut November.
Like what?
Wyoming's got car sex because it's too fucking cold outside.
Yeah, that's true. North Dakota, Native American.
South Dakota, amateur cuckold. So basically, everybody up there in South Coast fucking each other's wives.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Alaska, cougar.
I think they thought it was a hunting site.
Yeah,
yeah. Hot Asian MILF.
Yeah. Minnesota, sloppy seconds. That's fucking disgusting.
What?
Michigan, suck my balls. Now, this is where it gets interesting, okay? Because you got to think, like, remind yourself of the demographics of voters there. Okay, in New Hampshire, they searched age gap.
The fuck is that?
Old men fucking younger.
Or vice versa?
Yeah, or vice versa. Massachusetts, I like that one. Huge boobs.
I mean, that's probably a pretty popular search every day.
Connecticut, fucking weird, though. Connecticut, lactating. That's fucking weird, man. Maine, ass to mouth.
They're down there with Arizona. What's the
New Jersey's full of lesbians?
Girl on girl? Nah, that's not lesbian. Like dudes like to watch girl on girl. Yeah, see?
Oh yeah, you were in New Jersey on election, weren't
you? Delaware missionary.
Yeah.
They're bored up there.
I'm surprised Georgia didn't say or I want to see Alabama's.
Tennessee. Waxing genitals.
What the are y'all doing there?
What's blowbang? That's in Missouri. What's blowbang?
Blowbang's like it's
Is that like coke and sex?
No. It's like think oral sex with multiple guys. So like you got guys, one girl, multiple guys, one girl.
She's sucking all her D's?
Yeah, right. That's blowbang. Mm-hmm.
Illinois got chubby.
I researched that, by the way. I wasn't like privy to it.
Louisiana's got goth.
That's weird, man.
Texas got nothing because they don't allow Pornhub.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Iowa, y'all on some weird shit? Rim jobs?
Rim jobs. Man, Arizona, Iowa, and Maine.
Y'all on some different shit, man. West Virginia, jiggly. Bro.
Who types suck my balls in your Porno prompt.
Bro, it's weird, man. It's weird.
Well, looks like Wisconsin and South Dakota is where all the swingers are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Got nothing else to do. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm glad Missouri was normal.
What do you think it is over in like India? What do you think it is over there? Like goats?
Oh man. Yeah. They election was hot.
Everybody who's Indian is gonna be yelling at me. I'm gonna have 1,000 comments. You and your boobs, your bobs and vagine. F you.
But yeah, and so yeah, election night was hot.
Yeah, apparently.
What do you get? What do you
God,
got?
I can't wait to not have to see Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Her face makes me angry. It does, dude. Hers and Hillary Clinton's.
Hillary.
Who makes you angrier though?
Hillary.
Yeah, me too, bro.
Hillary. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. Oh, there's no doubt. Hillary.
Yeah.
Fuck Hillary, man.
Fucking jigsaw.
Well, yeah, man. What are we giving on the election map here, man?
I don't know. It seems like we're a bunch of nasty fucks.
It's diversity, man.
Hey, it is
diversity.
what it is.
That's how America's supposed to be, man.
Yeah.
Well, guys, Andy, that's all I got.
All right. Don't be a hoe.
Share the show.